Hi, welcome to week 2 of the Libera group. This week we're going to be talking about illumination. Listen to this quote as we move into this week's lesson. When something bad happens, you have 3 choices. You can either let it define you, let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. Illuminate. When we hide our stories in the dark, they have power over us. But when we bring them to the light, we gain the power. One of the best ways to own our stories is to keep a record of them. We can choose to write it down, record it, or to use art to make a visual representation. Sharing a story in a real way allows each woman to identify the areas that keep her from being truly free. During this week's lesson, we are going to identify what patterns you see repeated in your story. We're going to begin to name what core issue or main problem you might see. And we're going to recognize what lies you see. Our activity will be to complete a genogram of your family. Take the opportunity to look at the Johari window illustration. Each square in it represents a part of yourself. First, there is the open self or the known self. This is what is most easily recognizable about you to yourself and to others. The second is the blind spot. And I know it can be hard to admit, but there are things that others know about us that we do not yet know about ourselves. The third box is the hidden self. These are the things we know about ourselves that others do not know, like what motivates us, what we're truly feeling, and how we are experiencing the world around us. Finally, there is the unknown self. This part contains things that neither we or others know about us. Recognizing that much of our motivation in life is subconscious underneath the surface is an important step. How then do we grow into a more open or known self? Vulnerability and self-disclosure with safe people can help us feel known. Accepting feedback from safe people helps us grow as well. Our goal in Libera is to provide a space where you feel safe enough to share your hidden self with a few others. Our general assignment during this group is to share our story verbally with someone we trust who will be empathetic and non-judgmental. Again, a safe person. We will also write our story so we can help identify patterns, barriers, and lies, as well as dreams and desires. Own your story. Be the writer, not just the main character. You do not have to be helpless. Your story is your glory. It's like the choose your own adventure stories. Though we're not always in control of everything, every situation or event, what family we were born into, or where we grow up, we do have choices. We can identify barriers to freedom in our stories and make choices for a better ending. Each woman has a unique contribution to make to the world. There is no one like you. Every single snowflake is unique. Alone, they are small and inconsequential. But what happens when snowflakes stick together? They can create a force that changes things. They can change the world around them. When each unique woman connects themselves, their story, their strengths, their voice, and their calling with other women who are doing the same thing, along with the resources they need, the ripples will flow outward to create change in our communities and our state. Pause this video and discuss the questions in the Libera workbook. We need our stories to help illuminate lies and the truth, to help us see the lies we are living right now and the barriers they create. You may already recognize some. Go over your story again this week and look for lies. Look for your root or core issue. The rest of our time today will be spent creating a family genogram, which is kind of like a family tree that allows us to see patterns, both good and bad, and barriers that have been passed down from generation to generation. It's going to help you understand yourself better. It can help by showing us it's not my fault, and yet also encourage the idea that you can break the cycle. It can help us learn to stop judging ourselves and others. Every family has problems and baggage. I can change the future. I can write a different future to my own story or to our family story. We aren't here to judge or gossip. We are here to connect you to the resources so that you have a safe place to share your story. Before you fill out the genogram, we will complete the ACEs quiz as a way to prepare. You do not have to show your ACEs quiz or genogram to anyone if you do not want to. This is for your personal use. Stop this video and take time now to complete the ACEs quiz as well as the genogram.